got closer and closer. Hot blood erupted from my pounding heart and pulsed through my body. I was finally going to see the innards of that goddamned, forbidden circle. I was finally going to know. No more secrets, no more lies. I spied a small area low to the ground where the foliage was thinner and there wasn't a birdhouse, blocking the way against my face as I pushed through. And then, near silence. When my head reached the inside, the voices had disappeared, and the only thing that replaced them was the pulpy sounds of a chewing jaw. Soft, moist grinding of teeth, like a child working through a mouth overfilled with salt water. Taffy. But there was no child, only Antonio, standing with back to me, making those horrific noises. Whatever he was eating it ravenously. It sounded like he barely even paused to swallow after each voracious bite. His arms kept reaching into something suspended in the air by a metal chain that was tethered to the thick branches above us, but I couldn't see what exactly it was with him in the way. The trees that formed the circle had grown around some invisible threshold that divided the center from the world outside, forming a tightly sealed dome. The inside offered no view of the birdhouses and their candles, however. The space was still incredibly bright, almost blindingly so. Not only that, but the brightness looked like candlelight, flickered like it, too, but there wasn't a single candle present on the inside, and I couldn't see out into the rest of the backyard. The dense trees obscured any view of the outside. Wispy smoke filtered in from the dome's roof through a small opening that the branches seemed to purposefully leave uncovered, falling onto whatever was directly in front of Antonio. I took a hesitant step forward, and the crunch of a leaf under my boot caused the chewing to abruptly end. His head shot up and his neck straightened. The motions were so fluid. They shouldn't have been possible from a man that was nearly a century old. Antonio swung his body to face me, cheeks dappled with some sort of greasy amber, multiple yellow-brown chunks hanging off his skin like jelly. A layer of glistening oil coated the length of his jawline. It gushed from his mouth as well as the amber chunks, forming a necklace of thick, marigold-colored globules dangling off his chin. Their strands reaching as low as his collarbone. Some had enough weight to drip off his face, falling into a puddle at his feet. His hands were slick with the same unidentifiable substance. And while he stared at me, stunned, I saw the object he had initially been blocking. An immaculately smooth alabaster birdhouse, triple the size of any other in our backyard, hanging from the metal chain. 2 human pelvic bones flared from its roof like a pair of horns. The bones weren't affixed to the structure via nails or glue. The edges where they connected to the birdhouse looked too smooth, too polished. No, it appeared to me like they had grown from it. A chimney between those horns seemed to funnel the smoke into the box. There was a quarter-sized hole in the front of it, which was still oozing the amber jelly, cascading from the opening like viscous, crystalline sausage links. With Antonio's body out of the way, I heard a disembodied voice. It wasn't shouting like the others. It was whimpering apologetically, its somber melody drifting off the smoke and into my ears. I recognized it.